What's up, spectators? Welcome back to the episode of Layton vs. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Here we are at our first trial in Labyrinthia, and what's-his-face? Layton made an amazing entrance into the courtroom and gave me the Grand Grimoire, which I'm trying to use the acronym GG because it's nice and simple. If I can start using that, it'll save me some time. Here we go. Is that understood, Sir Apprentice Baker? This case is quite straightforward, with very little room for doubt. The witness's testimony, coupled with the illustration of the time of the murder, makes it quite clear what must have occurred. This murder was the result of magic. And furthermore, the caster of said magic was none other than the accused. That, Sir Apprentice Baker, is the truth. Best you go back to baking, for I believe your days at the courtroom have crumbled. 'Cause your days have creme bruleed. 'Cause they have... I can't think of any good bread puns. What are some type of breads I could use? No. Croissants, bagels, muffin, no. I'll be here all day. I can't do this. Okay. Is everything okay, Mr. Wright? Yes! It would seem that photographs do not exist in this world. I guess that makes sense. Ye olde time period and all. The sketch drawn by the court illustrator. Therein lies your final chance, Mr. Wright. I understand the witnesses have already finished their testimony. However, it's a really pretty drawing. I like this. It's a very pretty sketch. If you could perhaps find a clear contradiction within this illustration. There's another contradiction. In that case, there's still hope that I can turn this around. Mr. Wright! You act hurry! Look! Oh, he's mad. He's showing me what he's gonna do to that gavel to my head. He's like, ooh, smackdown, WWE. He looks ready to deliver his verdict any second now. This is it. This is my last chance. What should I do? Point it out. Always point it out. Hold it! 1 second, Your Honor. The defense requests permission to have another look at the court illustration. I think there might be a contradiction in there.
Objection!
You are already out of time. All testimony and evidence given thus far has been proven to be accurate.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure, Inquisitor Bottom. Look at that smirk. There's just one thing you've overlooked. A piece of evidence within this book. The GG. Absurd! I overlooked something? You are the defender here. You should have examined the tome earlier. You're right. I should have. But unfortunately, I was nothing but a simple baker until just now. Interesting. You've certainly begun to show your true colors, Sir Blue Knight. Let us see what type of knight you truly are. Have at you! The defender will now show us this supposed contradiction. The court illustration and the Grand Grimoire. Somewhere there's a contradiction between these two, and I've got to find it. This is my last chance. Okay, use this magnifying glass to locate the point of relevance. Then reveal to the court the location of this contradiction. Very interesting this is. Let's see. Alright, well, this doesn't seem like it'd be too bad. Look at the Grand Grimoire. Inferno spell. Summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. Requires an incantation and Scepter to cast. Okay, I know exactly what to point out. But wait. Do I point out the milk or the lantern? The milk? I'm gonna lose a point here, I think.
Got it!
The contradiction is here. The hand of the accused. She appears to be holding a milk bucket. Did I get it right? Yes, but that milk bucket was said to have vanished from the crime scene. It's quite possible that there's an important reason behind its disappearance. Wow, that's not what I was going for at all. That's just one of my luckiest guesses. I was going for the no scepter. Inquisitor Bottom, what are your thoughts on this? It is quite mysterious indeed, my lord. However, the Inquisition believes it bears no relation to this case. Forest wolves simply came and stole the bucket. Nothing more. Let us not dwell on the milk bucket for the time being, Mr. Wright. Oh, I did get it wrong, sort of. Rather, we should first consider any information within the GG that might lead us to a contradiction. Our new piece of evidence. Maybe I should have another look. So I was on the right track. I just chose the wrong hand. My apologies, Your Honor. Please give me one more chance. Granted, but be warned. You're running out of chances, Defender. The Defender will now show us this supposed... Yes. Okay. Alright. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. Got it. The contradiction is right here. What is your point? According to this tome, using the spell Ignaze requires the use of the Witch's Scepter, as well as an incantation, isn't that right? Correct. For witches to use magic, they must be in possession of a Witch's Scepter, also known as Talia Magica. If that's the case, then there's one thing that doesn't add up. Take another look at Miss Cantabella's hands. Tell me, do you see the Witch's Scepter in either of her hands? There we go. Let's see you point out that sword at me now.
You did it, Mr. Rat! But wasn't that contradiction just too obvious?
You may be right, Luke. It would certainly appear that the good Inquisitor has taken this particular oversight far too well. Oh, rather too well. That is correct, Sir Apprentice Baker. But you should not underestimate me. This is perhaps your first time seeing this item, is it not? Right here is the very scepter which put him on trial. One of the witnesses found it tossed in the shrubbery on the side of the path. Ah, yes! Indeed, that was I! I located it! My feet found themselves ensnared in the blasted thing, and it sent me flying through the air. Somehow, I'm not surprised to hear you fell. This scepter does seem to carry a most sinister air. Indeed, my lord. However, this scepter will only work while in the hands of a witch, with the incantation being said aloud. I want to try lighting some stuff on fire. Please don't look at me when you say that. You see, there are two magic gems set in this scepter. Looks like a red gem and a white gem. I need an old priest and a young priest. These gems each contain a particular magic spell. By simply looking at these magic gems, one can easily determine which magic spell can be used. Nick, quick! Look at this page. What? What do you want me to do? I've already seen this. Is that the red magic gem? Indeed, the red gem you see here is the spell Ignaze, and if you look carefully, you should notice that this scepter also has one more spell that can be used. One more spell? That must be the white gem.
Mr. Rat, I found it! Here's the spell for the white magic gem!
Demir, vanishing spell, causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. Simply chant Amir to make it reappear. Causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. I see you managed to work it out in that crusty head of yours. It can't be! The reason the witch's scepter couldn't be seen is because the magic spell Demir had made it disappear. Damn, that's an awesome table slam. That's the best table slam. Come on, you can learn something from him. Phoenix? In other words. The accused conjured a cowardly spell to camouflage her own use of magic. No. No way! Order! Inquisitor Bonham, please submit the scepter into evidence.
Objection!
Hold on, please. Is there a problem, Sir Baker? Okay, I understand this is a witch's scepter. However, whether or not the scepter was in Miss Cantabella's possession has not yet been proven. What are you talking about, Sir Apprentice Baker? Isn't it obvious? I'm talking about fingerprints. Supposing Miss Cantabella did in fact handle this witch's scepter, then her fingerprints should still be on it. You said fingerprints? Inquisitor Bonham, tell me, just what is this Baker blabbering about? I haven't the slightest clue, my lord. It is the Baker's first time in court, after all. Their faces. I'm afraid it's no use, Mr. Wright. In this world, it would seem the concept of fingerprinting does not yet exist. I can't believe it. As I have said already, best you head back to the bakery, lest you continue to serve this court more of your half-baked ideas. They're about as half-baked as your terrible puns, Bonham. Forensic science does not exist here. Instead, this is a world in which witches and magic are accepted as fact. Truly fascinating. A magic scepter need to cast spells. What the heck? There are just way too many things I don't know about this world. Mr. Wright, I believe you may be able to take these things you don't know and use them to your advantage. The Inquisition believes there is no room for debate on this matter. The accused clearly attempted to conceal her magic. Better luck next time, Sir Apprentice Baker. Mayhap your next loaf will not leave such a bitter taste in our mouths. Now then, my lord, I believe it is time. I ask that you render your unwavering verdict.
Objection!
Pardon the interruption. May I have a word, Inquisitor Bonham? What's that? Who might you be? My name is Professor Layton. I am a friend of the accused. Inquisitor Bonham, please allow me to confirm what you believe happened on the night of the crime. You claim the witch's scepter was made to disappear through the use of magic, is that correct? Indeed, through the magic spell Demir. If possible, would you mind providing proof of this particular claim? What? You claim the scepter was not seen. Indeed, that is one possibility. However, a wise man must always consider every possibility. What say you, Inquisitor Bonham? Can the Inquisition fulfill the request presented by the gentleman with the unusual hat? The Inquisition cannot honor this request for proof. If you are asserting that the accused is not a witch, then the burden of proof lies at the feet of the defender. It's the Inquisition's job to prove that a crime was committed. As I thought. Indeed, it would appear the accepted method of thinking in this world differs greatly from our own. How regrettable, Sir Apprentice Baker. And you, Sir Dark Hat. Inquisitor Bonham, sir! Should you require it, I stand ready to lend my testimony. Would anyone care to purchase any pre-testimony flowers? I've got lovely array of bewitching lilies. Snowy and I will not— I can't— what the— why did I just give her the voice I use for— Okay, that lamb, that goat— no. Stop. A witch's scepter, you say? Yes, yes, I know of such a scepter. Allow me to elucidate the matter. What do you think, Inquisitor Bonham? Your witnesses appear to have something to say on the subject. Very well. Most honorable witnesses, I grant your request to testify once more. Tell the court all you know regarding this Talia Magica. Well, we've somehow managed to keep the trial going. I owe you one, Sir Dark Hat. Please, Mr. Wright. Mr. Layton will suffice for the time being. Layton is one suave dude. When I saw her, the witch was carrying a large milk bucket in one hand and a lantern in the other. The girl had the lantern hanging from her wrist. Her hand was contorted in a strange way. Okay. I got a good look at her hand, and it looked for certain that she was gripping something. The witch was holding a scepter in her right hand. She did not drop it once before she was apprehended. I see. The accused's hand was contorted in a strange way. I do believe this is quite an important piece of testimony. I saw it! I most certainly saw it! She was holding an invisible scepter. We saw it too. It was the girl up there without a doubt. I as well. These old eyes don't see as well as they once did, but I witnessed the hazy, blurry form of the accused quite clearly. Don't tell the court you're blind. My eyesight is as sharp as the edge of my trusty blade. A toy sword. How fascinating. Although I wonder if he understands the implications of that analogy on his vision. Sir Baker, you may proceed with your interrogation. Mr. Layton's given me another chance. I can't let it go to waste. When I saw her, the witch was carrying a large milk bucket in one hand and a lantern in the other.
Hold it!
The large lantern you mentioned, is this one, correct? There is no mistaking it. That fiendishly fiendish form with which its case darker... What? Okay, let's try that again. There's no mistaking it! That fiendishly fiendish form with its case darker than the darkest of nights. That was the lantern. It's just a normal lantern. What is this? It would seem the glass is shattered. And there seems to be a sizable amount of mud stuck to it. On closer inspection, it appears mud is stuck to the broken sections of glass. Most intriguing. So then, when exactly did the lantern get mud all over it? By the way, witness, you also saw a milk bucket, is that correct? Indeed, I would bet my sword on it. And yet, that milk bucket mysteriously vanished from the scene of the crime. How many times must I say it, Sir Apprentice Baker? The problem is the black lantern. The girl had the lantern hanging from her wrist. Her hand was contorted in a strange way.
Hold it!
She had the lantern hanging from her wrist. Are you sure? Of course we're sure. If that wasn't it, then how else would the girl manage to hold her invisible scepter? Ma'am, please, just testify about what you actually saw. We just said that's what we saw, isn't that right, Snowy? Indeed, a handle as wide as this could be easily hung from the accused's small wrist. Yes, that's what we were telling you. Isn't that right, Mummy's little snowball? It's no good. They're all bent on assuming Espella was holding that scepter. It seems it may be best not to pursue this particular line of questioning any further. Well, that's just super. I got a good look at her hand, and it looked for certain that she was gripping something.
Hold it!
What exactly was the defendant gripping? It was... that's right. It was something cane-like. And it's been 19 minutes, so I'm going to end this video here. So stay tuned for the next episode, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!